I need to drop 10 pounds, right? What would you tell them?
No, you don't. You look great.
Exercise, drink more water, get up and move every 30 minutes, you know, try to cut 500 calories, try to leave a little bit of food on your plate, right? You give great advice, right? But yet, we generally 9 times out of 10 know the answers. So his podcast the other day was take your own advice. And how simple can you get? Take your own advice, right? Somebody came to you and said, "Hey, I'm struggling. Like I need some leads. What you know the 5 things because you guys have come to these classes to do, right? Take your own advice." I mean, it was good.
I think one thing too, Dale, that is so important that if you, and I'm not sure if you understand this unless you mentor somebody or you've ever owned a company or was a broker manager before, but I even see myself getting caught up in the minutia and getting nervous, especially if it's a big deal. I totally understand that. But the thing that I always was so interesting to me, and Dale, you'll know this too, and that is that the advice that I used to give and the calmness I used to give one of my associates that was going through a stressful deal, you can give that advice because you're one step away from the transaction. It maybe is not you getting paid. And so you can keep, and let's face it, a lot of the stress that we deal with in our business is magnified because we don't get paid. And I don't mean that to sound cavalier or like we're money hungry. It's not. That's how we put food on the table for our family. And so that's why we have a tendency to stress so much over that minutia that you're just going, could that little thing that I can't tap back in cost me $10,000, $12,000, $15,000? And I think that's the context of what this guy is saying is you can be, if you have 12 escrows in line, you're much, you
think differently.
You can think differently.
Yeah.
And it sounds terrible, but it's true because we don't get paid on the 1st and the 15th. And you're going, okay, that $8,000 that I may lose, big deal, I've got 12. So you handle that so much more without stress, and you're so much more level-headed.
You do that really well.
I've always wanted to come from abundance.
That's where I think
that's the abundance that we're talking about.
Right. So I always believe in those terms. You don't dig your well before you're thirsty, because if you're thirsty, it's too late, right? Or they're saying you get dehydrated. Like if you're thirsty and your throat's dry and you're dehydrated, you're already too late.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to get the headache or hit the wall. All right. So Troy, I'm getting into your list. These are the 10 people most likely in Los Gatos from your AI system that are going to sell. These are absolute cold calls. Now, mine's going to be a little bit of a step up because I did sell Jim Weaver's house. I know about the Granatelli place. Los Gatos is a subdivision off of Pima where the 2 lion heads are going west.
Right by Family.
Very good.
They're cats.
They're what? Are they cats?
That's what Gato
I thought
means.
they were lions.
No, they're mountain lions. But a gatos is still a mountain.
Yeah, lions.
Is that, what is Los Gatos mean?
Los gatos means the cat.
The cats.
But a cat is still a lion. It's still a cat.
But,
It's amazing to me how little Spanish Arizona people know.
I know, right?
You gotta remember what's going on.
Yeah.
I know Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. Ollie, that's why you just gotta use the accent.
All right, so
If you like English and you use the accent, it makes you feel like you know Spanish.
all right, total cold calls. This lady's name is Maddie Sinclair, and this came from Troy of somebody most likely to sell in Los Gatos. I'm going to show you guys how fast we can do 10 phone calls too. Put me on the timer.
I'm sorry, this mailbox has not yet been set up by the subscriber. Please try again later. Goodbye.
Okay.
What kind of number is that?
Talk to Troy.
I have a client that got that.
Got data.
I have a seller that doesn't have their mailbox
Elaborate.
Okay, this guy's name is Mark.
It is dialed. Please hang up and redial the
Oh, not looking good, Troy.
Are you gonna be done real soon?
Number one, phone number one, and then move on to the next person.
Please hang up and-
Yeah, the first one didn't have it, this one has a 928. So remember guys, it's all about lead gen, right? And then more,
What?
4, 2, 1, 3, 1. Has been disconnected.
Oh, no.
it's all right, hey, hey,
Keep going.
this is a new list, we're trying new things, right?
One phone number's disconnected.
Okay, now you guys have seen this, right? On LexisNexis, which is the list that I usually use, do I ever run into this? No, not, yeah, sometimes.
Not very often.
No, not like this so far, but we've only made 3.
Total fund.
No, it's fine.
Don't take the stress.
This is person 3.
All right, Troy, it's turning out to be a week.
You're getting 10 down really quick.
Jesus.
Dale, before we're done today, could you go over the 5 boxes that you talked about last week?
5 boxes.
Yeah, you said put 5 boxes next to each other and do this before. You had,
This thing.
it was
So 3 of them.
when you're on the phone in the morning.
Step 4, welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the
Oh,
number.
that's good.
Announcement.
It's from IVRE.
Oh, and Dale, by the way, it's my next step.
Yeah.
The
Is what?
people are
That's
from
his
the
book.
farm. But
Dave's book.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my next step, right.
Oh, ouch.
You have reached the number that has been disconnected.
Ooh. So do I give up at this stage? I think this is a pretty weak list.
Please check the number and try.
2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Sure one.
I already have a squirrel run by my office by this time. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd already been walking in going, dude, what are you doing?
Want to go to some burrows?
Okay.
Can you use a dialer?
Got a lot to do,
No.
but I guess I'm gonna.
I know people who do though.
Us? Did.
I've heard conversion rates are better without a dialer.
Without?
Oh, no doubt about it.
Oh, how come? Can't give a message.
Because there's a break in the auto dialer.
Oh, sure.
The
Please
beep.
leave a message after the tone. When you have finished, press the pound key.
Hey, Allison and Michael, Dell Rounds with Remax Fine Properties and reference your house at Los Gatos. I'm the guy who sold Weaver's house. I'm very well aware of the Granatelli's compound there. Been selling Los Gatos for about 25 years. Anyway, I have heard that there's a chance that you and Michael might be putting your house on the market. Call me when you get a chance, 602-809-7653. But before you do that, Google me. My full name is Delbert Rounds. You'll find some information on real estate accomplishments. My office has always been in the 85255 zip code. In fact, I started at Coldwell Banker, which kind of butts Los Gatos there. Anyway, 602-809-7653 when you get a moment. Thanks, bye.
What do you do if they call back and go, where, what?
Yeah, well, I'll say our artificial intelligence leads us to believe
Oh, you're
that there's a
gonna tell
chance. Absolutely. And they're like, well, how could that? Because if they call me back,
Uh-huh, that's
Then
good.
they are interested.
Because you have Alexa,
They're not
and
gonna
we
call you
heard
back.
it.
yeah. So I would tell them where it came from. You know, I do have people that call me back. And then the next question is, Chris, do people call me back?
Yes.
Yeah, so yesterday, and Troy, I mentioned this in our breakout, not yesterday, because our breakout was Tuesday. Tuesday, I made 2 calls to expired listings, one in Aviano, lady called me back, and the other one was in Los Gatos, and the lady called me back.
How fresh were the expireds?
They were within April 24th, I think, were the 2. One was a girl named Barbara, and the other one's last name Brooke.
Do you have any?
Did you call Barbara?
No.
No? It's an 847 number, yes.
Are they thinking of going with you?
So the lady in Aviano that has the condo was listed with a relative, but she's probably gonna make a quarterback change. And the lady Barbara in Los Gatos, the 847 number, her husband Frank is a broker. But I told her that I would be sending her a thank you note with the big star.
Is that my wife?
No, it's yeah. But two calls and 2 callbacks, and both of them I left messages on, and they both called back. So yes, it does happen. And Lori's going to talk about. So Troy, I'm going to go through this list, but I'm not impressed. Right? You heard it. You heard it yourself.
Are you doing phone number 1, just so I know what you're doing? Are you doing phone number 2?
No,
Did you go on phone 2?
I've got the phone number 2 twice.
Okay.
But I will carry it on, and I'll give you the traction rate out of these 10.
Sure.
But I'm not going to go any further on the list. Lori, talk about the leave behind. So you door knocked an area,
Yeah.
and you're about ready to get a $20,000 check. Okay.
So I think, I've talked about this before with you guys. I had a buyer that bought a house in Chandler, so I went to door knock the neighborhood, and I don't know if anyone really opened the door, but I had a door hanger and I left behind, and then I sent cards, and I got a phone call. Long story short, we got clear to close yesterday. The commission is $20-some thousand. My portion would be like 14. So Dell asked me, how many doors have you knocked? And I said, probably about 100. So the breakdown is, if you door knock, that for me is $144 per door. So.
That's like calling, you know?
Yeah.
Right. So when she door knocks, and she has a conversation, or if she door knocks and leaves something behind, because you
Yeah.
now did you do the door hangers where you
Yeah.
put a flyer in?
Yeah.
And you actually yeah.
Yeah, and I
like
actually
those.
said, you know, we bought this house for this much. Do you know how much your house is worth? You know, maybe you should know. 'Cause
Can you bring us a copy of the flyer that you
Yeah.
used? Yeah.
I've shown Chris.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So a leave behind when you're door knocking, is that the same thing as leaving a voicemail? Yeah.
I think so.
That's why we got called back on
I believe you
tracker.
got, had nothing to do with the door.
No, I called the tracker guy.
Yeah, but he called you,
well, they
well,
said
we
they
left the brochure too.
Got the
Yeah, but I
card.
called him and he
They got
answered.
the door thing too.
That was the key in that one. I'm not saying one or the other, but it is important to track on what kind of traction you're getting back, right? So Lori doesn't know for a fact that she's door knocked 100 doors, but she knows she hasn't done 1,000.
Yeah.
And she probably knows she hasn't done 200, right? But watch this. So that's why numbers are important. If Lori wants to make $14,000 a day, how many door knocks per day does Lori have to do? 100.
That's not bad, Lauren.
Yeah, but you know, so that brings me back to a guy back in the 80s, no, early 90s, there was a guy named Freud that was a big Tom Ferry fan. Did you guys ever hear about this guy? That's what he did, Freud. Little guy about this big. I'm gonna go with Filipino. That's all he did was he door knocked 100 doors per day. He got so big in this 2 or 3 zip code area. He got so big, he opted out of the MLS.
What?
Yeah. He goes, I don't need the
He
MLS.
sold all his own listings.
He sold all of his own listings, and everybody in these 2 zip codes knew who he was. If you're buying in these 2 zip codes, Freud. 852, Freud. 85, Freud. Favorite, Freud.
Kind of like Callaway's.
I met a guy.
All he did. What?
I've actually met a guy that does that.
Yeah.
He's out of Houston, and he basically every day he's got a 4-person team that are all in the office admin, and every day he goes out of his house and he just hits the street and door knocks every day and feeds it all back to his
Right.
office.
So this is an idea. Now, I know door knocking's not for everybody. I'm not saying that, right? But you got to find what your niche is, and you need to be an expert at it. And then you need to do it every day. Yeah.
I door knocked a different neighborhood, and my problem was I couldn't get out of the house. 4 different people let me in, and some of them were older folks that I didn't have anyone to talk
Yeah.
to.
But is that a good thing?
That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
It's a good thing.
I
Absolutely.
love
They're inviting
it.
you in. Right.
Yeah.
Then the important thing is, right, name, number, and email address, and put them in a drip campaign.
Yeah.
right? One of the guys, one of the big checks that I made last year was a voicemail that I left over a year ago. And the guy called me back. Like, you guys know the name, Mike McKinney, because he's part of that neighborhood walk, that Montero area that I was passionate about. By the way, yesterday, I got a stab because one of the three, so in this, Vita's house, then the dentist's house, then Mike, and I had 3 other prospects in the area, and I didn't even know this. I was updating at Troy for our meeting Wednesday night, and one of the guys that I thought I had listed.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, $1 million. $1 million.
Do you think he listed because you weren't the last one, or you didn't?
All I know is I didn't get it, and it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts when you don't get it. But, right, I created the swing, I created the strikeout, right? I created an at-bat that I put myself up to the plate, and that's what I tried to tell you guys to do. The great thing about real estate is you can put yourself up to the plate every day by doing this kind of stuff. It's fun. It's fun. And Laura, you created that from start to finish. It's a great feeling.
It feels good, and these people just love me. They are gonna refer the shit out of me.
Yeah, good. Did you get a Zillow review?
We haven't closed yet, so when we do.
Okay, the best time to get a Zillow review is when?
Before you close.
Before you
All right,
close.
well then I'll
Sure.
send it to Rock today.
Wait, what now?
It's Rocky then.
If it's
No,
a
yeah,
rocky
this is
deal.
all,
Yeah,
Right.
so it's good, yeah.
Did anybody else bring something to call? Did anybody else bring something to call? You got something?
You could call, remember these, you're gonna list the one for 2.895 postponed.
Yes.
So there's one page I have to
Pinnacle
call.
Place, I think, right?
Yeah, if you just wanna do one of those,
Yeah.
just to.
Mhm. So this is again the neighborhood walk. Did anybody bring an expired, canceled? Don't forget, so one of the things that I added to my neighborhood walk was when so this is what I created for the Fidelity rollout. I'm gonna put one at the end of each table, but just look through it, because it started with one house and then turned into $151,000 in GCI. Or GCI and potential GCI. Because once you do something, you need to celebrate it by telling the world, right? So who else is more competent than somebody that just hit a home run in their neighborhood? Think about that, right? Because there's some houses that don't sell or are not successful, right? But if Otley just sold a house, I'm sure he can sell mine. But I'm thinking about this guy, Marvin. I haven't seen one of his signs. He hasn't sold a house in my neighborhood. I've known Marvin for a long time. We see each other. But man, Otley's successful. Right? So then you create that moment of truth for him that, does he want to go with success or does he want to give it to a friend or an acquaintance? I think most of the time in real estate, they're going to pick success. And it doesn't matter, if it's only one house, you just got to tell the world about it in that neighborhood. All right, what do you got?
Well, you can either do this one or I've got to cancel.
Where did my phone go?
Right there.
I'll
It's up to you.
do both.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a home. I have the address written up there, don't I?
Yep, right there.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna go with. Do you have a certain one you want me to go for?
No, just go for any of them.
All right, I'll go for the top one. Robert and Margaret Quinn. On Rowell. Okay. So this is a choose your neighbor, right? This is different. Remember this guy's not a choose your neighbor because I don't have a listing in there. This was just artificial intelligence of highly likely to move. This is a little bit different because I have a home listed in the area at 2.895 that's coming soon. But he's run into some health problems, so we're a little bit behind.
What's the likely to move information based off of?
Analytical research off the internet.
Artificial intelligence.
Stay years, turnover rates, scrubbing, internet stuff. So they're just showing some behaviors that we
It's technical.
But it could be out 6 months.
It's right over there at your desk. Last name is Sakari on theirs. So I'm giving that to you so you can add that to the script. It adds validity. You know, the more information you can tell.
Zachary.
Please leave your message for 602410598.
Hey, Robert and Margaret, Dell Rounds with Remax Fine Properties. Hey, on 89th Street, Joe and Kelly Sakari, I just put their house on the market. We're doing some soft marketing right now at 2.895. It's the one with the 8-car garage with the coach house that was recently built. It's got views of Desert Highlands and Turn Mountain. Anyway, I've been calling to see if you know anybody that might be interested in buying Sakari's house, or maybe you would like to maybe upgrade, or maybe want an 8-car garage. Anyway, you can reach me at 602-809-7653. I sold them that house about 5 years ago, and now they're moving down south. So if you know anybody that might be interested in that house, certainly call me, and then I can probably let you know what your house is worth within a couple of percentage, because I just did a whole analysis on their home. Anyway, Del Rounds, you can Google me. My full name is Delbert Rounds. You'll find some information on my real estate accomplishments over the last 25 years. All right, Robert and Margaret, hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Talk to you soon.
Did you say it has an 8-car garage?
Yeah,
Oh,
You forgot to leave
I
your
might know
number.
somebody who,
I think I said 602.
where is it
Did you?
located? Yeah,
He did.
I heard.
Oh,
Where's
okay.
it
But
located?
I've been known to do that.
Yeah.
So I try to make it at the beginning and then again at the end, because sometimes
Where's it
But,
where's
yeah.
it located?
So it's Pima and Desert Highlands. And then you go east, and then that splits into 2 subdivisions, and then the back gate at Desert Highlands that you can only get into with a remote.
Do you have an address?
I do. It's 25439 North 89th Street.
Do you have updated photos?
I don't know. All right, now I'm going to do, so we've done AI, we've done neighborhood walk, and now I'm going to do a cancel. How long has this been canceled, Chris? This is Red X.
Yeah, it wasn't, it's very long ago.
Okay. What price? Bella, this, where's the phone number? I'm just not familiar with this. Okay. Lisa and Jeff King. A couple of sync calls, I think, right?
Yeah, that's right. Mostly vortex.
All right, so do you guys remember a while back, I made a for sale by owner call? Chris Usher gave me the lead. It was in Greyhawk. Who's got access to the MLS?
I'm on it.
Okay, look up Gelding at 875, and you remember the lady's name was Summer. You guys, did anybody remember this? All right.
Gelding.
She got Gelding. Gelding Perch. Hang on. Gilded Perch.
Gilded perch.
That's her name?
No, it's the name of the street.
Try. Or 847.
Robin, this is Comedy Central. You're gonna have fun. Gilded Perch. Everybody had access to this lead in this room. Everybody had access to the lead in this room. It was a FSBO.
I didn't get it.
Everybody had access to this lead in the room. She was on an internet site. Did you see it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
Yeah, what, it's pending now, isn't it?
It says active on here.
Okay, it's pending now.
Yeah.
Pending now. Got that deal on a FSBO at 5.5%. Not bad. Not bad. 5.5%. So 2.5 to us and 3% co-broke. It is now pending, right? So take, I'm not going to give you the sales price, but take 875 times 2.5%. What is that? 875.
18,000.
I want the exact number. 875 times 2.5%. What is that? Okay, Jesus, guys.
21,875.
21,875. So that one call, $21,875. And all I asked that FSBO, so you're going to label this video FSBO. We're gonna do FSBOs today. and I'm gonna get into expired and cancel, but you're gonna label it FSBO, and I'm gonna tell you when to stop, Keith. Okay? Because Darren wants these now marked so that people can go into the library and grab FSBOs. All I asked to get into this door, and you guys were here when I called her name was Summer. All I asked was, when are you gonna do your next open house?
What did she say?
She said like Thursday at 3, she already had a couple of appointments, we can tag on. All right? So I set the appointment, went in there, viewed the house. There was another agent even in the house as we were touring the house. All right? She had just fallen out of contract on her own. And so I just started dabbling, right? And then magically enough, and I've told you guys this hundreds of times, that the conversion rate on FSBOs is around 6 to 8 weeks. Right? Did I not say that? You can almost time the business planning session 6 to 8 weeks ago from the conversion of Summer Thurston. It's like clockwork. The statistical data that I give you guys is accurate in this, right? So all I did at the listed appointment was I brought a unbranded seller's property disclosure statement as a gift. I told her to go ahead and get the clue report, right? And then I gave her a copy of a purchase contract so that, and Sandy's gonna disagree with me, right? I get it. Okay, there's a big difference between what is theoretically right from an attorney standpoint and then what happens in the field. Big difference. And administrative and sales are always fighting each other. Management and sales force are always fighting each other. It's the way it is. What happens in the field, upper management in most large companies have no fucking idea what goes on, right? Because they don't interface with people. They're up there. Most owners of company haven't sold a house in their life, and most brokers of companies haven't sold a house in their life. So I'm giving you guys real data, right? So I give her all that, and then we follow up. The first follow-up was, would you like a for sale by owner sign in front of your house? No, we don't want anybody to know that we're up for sale.
Secret seller.
Yeah. Would you like some Greyhawk open house signs? No, I already bought them, and we're not using them, right? Would you like me to make you a custom flyer for your house, right? Nobody's doing this, you guys. Nobody's doing it because they're going in saying, sign here, let me do this. I can net you the same number. They're trying to sell them too early. What I'm doing in that first conversation is just getting to know them.
So Dale, step back a minute. So with those, did you set that on an incremental?
No. No.
So you're just driving down the road and go, damn, this thing I got. I'm gonna call him and.
No.
Or.
She found it on a website.
No, I'm talking about your follow-up.
You're
I'm talking about your follow-up calls.
Oh, no. I just, so about every 7 days in my CRM, I put Summer Thurston in there, and then I get a ping on my phone that says follow up with Summer Thurston.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So, and there's a lot of different things you can follow up on. How was your traffic this week? Do you have any bites, right? Because there's a whole big theory on for sale by owners, right? Because when they sell, when the for sale by owner sells, what are they gonna buy? Now these people happen to live in Utah, right? So there's no other buy opportunity. This is the only leg, right? But we come from a consultant standpoint of saying, let me help you bring the house to the market, right? It's the whole idea. And your timing, girl, is perfect.
Why?
Because we're talking about FSBOs.
My favorite, I have a whole list.
I know. Because guys, the conversion is easy. It really is. They're gonna need your help. They're gonna need your help. But it's 6 weeks. Who was the last agent standing after 6 weeks?
You.
Me! Because everybody else gives out because we don't understand that $20,000 commission is a shitload of money. Is it not?
Yes.
Do most people make that in a month? No! And I make it off one sale, one conversion, and one for sale by owner. How long was it on the market?
Well, it says
Because it's still calculating, right?
14 days.
15 days. Guys, come on. Make these calls, they work. They're not all gonna work. Some of them aren't gonna convert. All right. So your for sell by owner kit, and this is why your timing is perfect, Kelly.
I'm pulling
I
it
can't
up right
believe it.
now.
Even though my day started off bad, I got coffee stains. I dropped a file that blew all through I dropped the file in the driveway. Things
Oh,
went
it's windy
everywhere.
today.
Dog jumped on me. What's that?
It's windy today.
It's a windy day. Good kite flying day. All right. The for sale by owner kit. I'm going to give this to you one time. Write it down. Okay. Is 6 generic open house signs. You want to give these to the for sale by owner as a gift. All right. I can see Frank just turned it.
Lend or give?
What?
Lend or give?
As a gift, and then you're going to follow up with them because then eventually you're going to get them back. So you can reuse these, all right? Because they're not going to go out and get them, all right? Then you want, if they don't have a for sale by owner sign in the front yard, you're going to buy one, and you're going to give it to them, and you're going to give them a little info too, okay? And then you're going to make them a brochure, colored brochures, and when they run out, that's a follow-up call. Frank, you're my for sale by owner. Did you run out of brochures?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. We've gone through 50 of them because I've numbered them. In the back, 1 through 50. We've gone through 50 of them. Great job. Right? Okay. Then you're going to give them a vendor lockbox. And you're going to set the code for them. And they're going to put a key in there because when they're not available, maybe they want to let somebody in, maybe they don't. All right, but a vendor lockbox. Spuds, Clue, transaction management. Maybe, how about this one? A critical date list. So when they go into escrow, on our contract, we got a critical date list, right? Our escrow should be open. Earnest money should be deposited. Inspection period starts. Today's day 1, right? When's that 10 days? Appraisal contingency should be removed, right? What is the aspect of that? Because one of the big things that I impact on a for sale by owner is my negotiating ability, right? I can make up 1, 2, 3% of what I charge in negotiations in a nanosecond. All right, what else you want to give them?
Open house sign?
Yeah, I said open house signs, thank you, but keep coming. I like to give them a purchase contract. Sandy will say no. I
Sandy
understand.
says no.
I know.
I
he
got
does.
yelled at.
I know.
Yelled at, though.
I know. You give, yes, thanks, Leanne. So give them one that says sample across it. Very good.
Oh, I'll put sample on the note. That's a good idea.
And in fact, Troy, you can give them a for sale by owner book, right? Because you have those buyer books that say sample,
Those are
and then spuds that say sample, and then remind them of the Clue report. You want to say, hey, I'm here to just support you, because there's a whole backside to this model, right? I do believe that if you mix it up and you give, you will get thousands in return. If you just keep giving, you'll get thousands in return. Am I always going to get paid? No. But it doesn't matter. I met somebody.
Right.
Right? Friend of a friend. So as long as you keep giving, you're going to get, guys, millions, trillions in return, right? So give, 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 give. And then when they run into an obstacle, you're the only one left, so who are they going to call?
True.
So Summer was actually in escrow and she fell out. Right? She failed once. Oh, I wasted my time. Oh, that's unfortunate, Summer. Let's rebuild it. Yeah, now I'm in a crunch. We're going back to Utah for the summer, right? Really? Right? I'm excited.
Summer?
Right? Now I'm like, woo! And we're 4 weeks into this, right? My plan is working now, right? Okay. What else is on our give list?
Critical date list, contract flyer, open house sign for sale by owner, contractor's lockbox.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay, good.
Gentlemen, can you go through like how you first meet them and what you say?
Yeah,
That'd be great.
so when I first meet them, guys, and hopefully somebody maybe can pull it for sell by owner today and I'll do a live call.
Yeah. Oh.
My only question is, when are you doing an open house? Well, we're not doing open houses. Oh, I see, that's a service that I provide. I can give you open house signs. Would you like me to bring some by? Well, we're not thinking about doing open houses. Well, why not? What are the things you're doing to sell your home, right? And then now that's when I get into my choice marketing agreement. All right, so let me give you the choice marketing agreement. Make a note here, send everybody in the class as an attachment to this, the choice marketing agreement. So you're gonna label this for sell by owner, and you're gonna attach the choice marketing agreement. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up because these videos, when people watch them, I can only keep attention for so long, right? Choice marketing is, what are you currently doing? You ask the for sale by owner, right? Because now you offer them open house signs. I'm not doing them. What are you currently doing to sell your home? All right, it's usually 3 things. They're advertising it, they got a sign in the front yard, and they're doing open houses. Those are the 3 things they're doing. Advertising can be anything, newspaper, Zillow, Trulia, for sale by owner network, whatever it is, help you sell. They're doing all kinds of bullshit, right? You're gonna say, when you get in front of them, hey, Frank, if you sell your house to anybody that doesn't have an agent involved, and it comes from those 3 items, I will cancel my listing. Because those are the 3 things that a for sale by owner does. So you put a clause in there that if seller finds an unrepresented buyer, and there's a reason why you want to say this, an unrepresented buyer from the real estate industry, they pay 0, and I cancel the contract. The conversion on this is you want to help them fish in a different pond. They're in the for sale by owner pond, and then there's a whole nother pond here that is us in this room that has represented buyers, right? That if a represented buyer comes into play, A, we're obligated to pay 3%, right? And then B, they're obligated to pay you. As part of the spiel, sometimes I'll take the price, if I think they're priced right, at $1, and I'll bring it up to $1.03, right? Add 3% to what they're currently as a for sale by owner, and add it up so you take price out to the side a little bit to where they can say, the market is paying me the 3%, not them. And I can do it better, faster, and safer. There's a lot of things for that on for sale by owner. All right, so look at this attachment that you guys are all going to get, and you'll see my choice marketing agreement, and you want to be a consultant. Yes, because I got to wrap up this section of the video.
We'll wrap quick. You gave me an example a long time ago about how people can net more with an agent than selling the home themselves.
Yes.
Because, buyers come in and they're immediately thinking,
Okay, so now we're getting into objection handling. So if somebody is charging $1 for a house, very strategically the buyer's going to come in 10% under. They're going to come in at 90 cents because the buyer thinks that they found the seller. But what does the seller think? The seller thinks that they found the buyer, right? So generally speaking, they're going to end up at a net number with or without you, and they're going to end up doing all the work. So that's a great subject. Now that's an objection handler. That's a for sale by owner objection handler, and there's a lot of objection handlers when you get in front of them. That's going to be a different video. So stop the video. If you have any questions about, if you have any questions about for sale by owner, call me 602-809-7653. Are we on? Okay. So that video is FSBO's. This is an extension of FSBO's. All right, so when you run into a venture capital, or what's the name of it again?
Cypress Ventures LLC.
Cypress Ventures LLC. What do you do with that? All right, so you go to the Arizona Corporation Commission and you can see who owns that LLC. Yeah.
azcc.gov or something.
Whatever it is, you can get the name of the persons that own that LLC. So if you look up Delbert M. Rounds LLC, you'll see that Delbert M. Rounds LLC is owned by Delbert Rounds. But I also have 21,000 Holdings. I have Office Pima. I have DM Rounds LLC. If you look up any of those LLCs, it'll come right back to me. Right? Okay.
Good to know.
For this situation, I'm just gonna call them, okay? But if you want, because I want to teach you guys good habits, you can freeze on information.
The dispatch agent is Judy Williams.
Judy Williams is the statutory agent. Do you know what that means? That means the person that takes anything from an attorney or where the mail goes through. It doesn't mean that they're a statutory agent. Like in some of my LLCs, the statutory agent is my attorney, or it could be Greg or Sandy. And some of them are me. The statutory agent just means who is serviced.
Brian, a member is Brian, Nykerk.
Nykerk, Brian Nykerk. So maybe Brian will answer the phone. Okay, here we go. Enough chit chat. Let's go.
720.
720. Oh,
Here,
yep.
dial.
Okay.
There you go.
Brian Nykerk. Here we go.
Or Judy.
I always stand up. I suggest you have a mirror in front of you and you try to smile.
This is a phone number you can get back.
Okay, thank you. And my partner is Dallas.
Kelly. Dallas Chicken Dallas.
Oh, she's calling you out. Mama's calling you out.
I'm sorry, I missed your call.
Brian.
Can you leave a message?
So she found Brian, right?
Nykerk.
Hey, Brian, Dell Rounds, Remax Fine Properties. Hey, I just saw your house on Cypress, and I was wondering if you were going to do an open house this weekend or even today. I think the house is vacant. My partner, Kelly Porter, was out showing in the area and actually bumped into it. Can you give me a hit back at, well, you can call Kelly at 602-739-5060. I was wondering if you were going to do an open house this weekend. I'd like to swing by, or my partner Kelly, to look at it. You can go ahead and Google me. My full name is Delbert Rounds. You'll find some great information on my real estate accomplishments over the last 30 years. But I know that zip code, the 85257, extremely well. And I see that that house has a pool. And at 409, you're just under jumbo financing. So I'm really excited about it. All right, hope to talk to you soon, Brian. I'll send you a text also. So if you can hit me back, that'd be great. Thanks, Mike. Okay,
The text
What was the
is-
address again?
text is, what's that?
7726 East Cypress Street.
Okay,
Just ask a question.
you what?
Just ask the question.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
All right.
Wanted the address.
Okay, 7726 East Cypress Street. Okay, now, Kelly's gonna send him a text. It's gonna say, Brian, just left you a voicemail. Dell and I, or Dell, or Kelly,
Brian, comment, just left you a voicemail, period. Dell and I. What?
we're wondering if you're gonna do an open house.
We're curious if you were going to do an open house this weekend, question mark.
We'd like to swing by and take a look.
I know.
Now, if it's been a vacant FSBO for a while, you do want to get into different real estate sectors. So I bring up rentals, landlord, tenant-landlord relationships, and property management often as just a teaser that they know that I do everything that helps a house, right? Because sometimes property management and rentals will lead to a sale, but I want to let them know that you can do both with me. Is it recording me?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
I think
No,
you're
no,
back here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as sometimes on my way in, even expireds, I say, have you thought, vacant expireds, have you thought about renting your house? And they're like, yeah, I have. Well, great. I'm a one-stop shop for both. So even if you don't want to do rentals, you better learn them, because you got to talk about them intelligently sometimes to get your foot in the door. And Sandy does require a couple of classes in order to do tenant, landlord, and property management. All right. So you heard that call. Now we're texting him. If it was occupied, you would also door knock. And then we do have technology to get email addresses. You had a FSBO in your neighborhood.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna call that one.
Phone number.
Yep. And I need the name and asking price. And then we're gonna close up FSBOs.
I don't even have that though.
You don't have what?
I have his name. It's Travis, I believe.
Okay.
But I don't know what he was.
Okay, so listen, phone numbers are very important, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta pay to play. All right? So now, who has Red X, Vulcan 7, or Lexus Nexus? Does anybody have any of those three categories?
I think Cole,
Troy, you have something you can look up.
Cole is the,
Okay, so give Troy the name. He can interface with the guy right now that can give you name and phone number. So you guys work on that in the back.
Okay.
All right, and when you get a phone number, let me know. All right. Did anybody come here
he
today
has the
for?
phone number.
What's that?
Phone
He has
number.
the phone
Just from
number.
the sign.
Oh, so what do you not have?
He doesn't have the address.
The price, the asking
Okay.
price.
What's the address?
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'd have to look it up.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, but
That's okay. All right, so you got a name. You got a name?
it's from memory, but I think it's Travis.
You're killing me. Okay,
Do
that's
you
all
need-
right.
do you need
We don't
a-
have an address.
Do you need another FSBO?
No,
No.
no, but thanks for asking.
Are we just guessing? We're like piecing this together?
We are guessing. That's all right.
Good, I like it.
Yeah, I do
Let's
too,
do that
because
sometime.
you think his name is what?
Travis.
Okay, here we go. What's the subdivision name?
It's McKellips at Scottsdale Road.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. You want to hit him with something, a pool, no pool, single level.
Honestly, I haven't even seen it. So.
Hello?
Hey Travis, Dell rounds Remax Fine Properties in reference to your for sale by owner sign that I drove by.
Sure.
What are you asking?
Well, I had it listed on all the popular areas for 289.
289. All right.
It's 14 and a half square feet.
1450 square feet.
Yeah.
All right. What is the address? Because I was just driving by and I blew by it.
It's okay, 1921 Cavalier.
Cavalier. All right. All right. Are you doing an open house this weekend?
Yeah, I don't mind. I had an offer, I'm debating on taking it or not, but I decided against it. I'm gonna list that now on the website. So I'm gonna open house this weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, perfect. What time Saturday?
So I'm doing it from 11 to 2.
Okay, those are good times. All right, I'm going to come in Saturday at 11 o'clock. How many open house signs did you put out? 3. All right, I'm going to bring 3 more for you because we think the sweet spot is 6, and your traffic should double if you've been keeping track of that. Did you text, Travis?
What's that?
Do you accept text messages? Do you text?
Yeah, my name's definitely Logan.
Oh, Logan.
Creative approach, I feel like. At any rate, I got listed.
You said creative approach.
But I don't need help selling it.
No. I represent a lot of buyers too. Are you offering a 3% co-broke?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
As long as it's closer to asking.
Yep. Which I had you at 289.
Yeah.
That's a great price because I think the ceiling for FHA financing is right around there.
Yeah, there'd be a tad bit of wiggle room, but not too much, especially if there was a fire broker involved.
Okay. All right. 1921. It's East Cavalier, right?
1921 North Cavalier.
Okay, North Cavalier. All right. Okay. All right. I'll send you a quick text, and I'll see you Saturday at 11 a.m.
All right, take care.
Okay. Thanks. All right, Ben. So name is Logan. That's right. 1921 North Cavalier. But see, I want to make sure you guys don't become engineers in this room, guys. This is not freaking rocket science. Okay? We're not developing a new technology tool. We're not Tesla. All right? It's a ground game, It's a belly-to-belly game. It's a contact sport, right? You guys have heard all that stuff, right? Okay, he told me it's listed. Did you hear him?
I didn't hear that.
Okay, so now who's got the MLS?
Listed on the major sites is what you.
All right, let's find out.
What is it?
1921 North Cavalier. He said listed.
It says, it only says closed on the MLS.
Okay, so that's good. All right. So Logan.
He's on Zillow, he's
Okay.
on.
He's probably listed on his own.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
So now, what are you going to do with this?
Well, you said bring some signs. He said he didn't really want to do that.
No,
But
you're
still,
gonna. It doesn't matter what Logan wants, right? Did you hear Logan? He was. I'm not.
He
tooting
wants,
my own
but he
horn,
wants
but
us to sell the house.
he wants to sell the house, and I think he was impressed,
I think I
right? He
remember
said,
asking him that, and he said there's a lot that needs to be done with it. Like it's old, his grandpa's house or somebody he's trying to get rid of it. And he said that he's gonna probably try to sell it as is. not do
"Listen,
anything.
I think you can bring this up to 300, right?"
No, huge opportunity, there's no pictures. So you could take pictures and then make them a flyer. There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
pictures at all on,
Okay, so I know who's your team leader
But
again.
there's 25 on MLS.
Heidi.
from before.
Majid.
Oh,
All right, if she doesn't go on it with you, all right, ask permission to come back to me for somebody in this room to go with you on it.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Logan's not the owner
If
anymore.
if it was
Yeah.
if it was
He's
today or Friday, I would actually go.
It's LLC.
But I'm not doing it on a Saturday. I'm not. I have other bigger things because
Chores.
I'm pretty much the oldest in this room, so I have a shorter fuse.
If it's before my open house, I'll go with the house.
Wait, sorry.
That's probably true, Dell.
Go ahead.
If it's before my open house, I'll go with you on Saturday.
Okay, but he's got a team leader, so team leader
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
I have to be
Okay,
first.
all right. And you're gonna bring 3 open house signs,
Mhm.
okay? Bring a nice camera, tell them you're gonna update the photos,
Yeah.
right? Or, guys, we got a $9,000 potential commission here. Don't be scared to spend $100,
Right,
all right?
right.
I can tell you that the timeshare business spends thousands of dollars to get somebody in a seat in front of you for a 90-minute, what are they? Yeah, what are they called? The timeshare. Thousands of dollars. And I can tell you the guy on the opposite side that's trying to sell them isn't making $9,000 off this one sell. He's making maybe $500.
See,
I don't know.
you
what they
asked
make.
him if he's willing to pay a co-book.
And he said yes.
I know, what if he said no?
Then I would say, well, what are you offering to the real estate community? Because there's a big market that won't be attracted to that business model. So I would ask him. But guys,
What is it?
hang on. 3%? Okay. Who played football? All right. If you got the fucking ball at the 50-yard line and you're running an offense, are you elated?
Absolutely.
If you're the quarterback and your defense just gave you the ball at the 50-yard line, are you pumped? You better damn well be. You're halfway there. You're halfway there off a 3-minute phone call. That's amazing. Now, you got the buyer's agent handled. They're praising you out there. 45,000 agents are praising you out there because you're doing the work for them, right? You don't even know who this buyer is yet, but they're praising you. And now you got to worry about the marketing side. What do you want? 1%, 2%, 3%? What is it, right? And you're going to kill him with kindness because he's not listed, right? He's not listed. Now, who in this room, hopefully you, right, are going to be here in 6 weeks? And if you're not, eventually you're going to meet sister, brother, uncle, cousin. This is my boss call. Cut it. This is things about first sell by owners.
It's a nice back here.
Is you should be able. I made 2 calls. I set 1 appointment. Is that an appointment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so,
I would call
right?
it something.
You're going to bring 3 generic open house signs. So you're going to go from here and you're going to start building your for sale by owner kit. Get a vendor lockbox. What's that?
Right away, yeah.
Right, yeah, right. You got the list, right? Troy, if you were smart, you'd give your card right now and build them a for sale by owner kit, with the sample contract and all that kind of stuff and say, hey, we opened a preliminary escrow at Fidelity, here's my marketing rep, Troy. And then when you call Troy and you need something, Troy's ears are going to perk up a little bit, right? This is how you become influential. All right, so what are you doing Saturday at 11?
Going to this.
Okay.
Going to his house.
Now, if you're doing business planning, you will go to this page
Oh, I still have one.
and you'll check.
He didn't get one.
Yeah, you'll check 2 boxes because I made 2 calls. So check 2 boxes. I want to walk you guys through this. Right here, day 1, 2 boxes. Check 2 boxes.
One more. I have one.
Check 2 boxes right there, bottom. Yep. Nope. Next one up, where it says right this corner right here. Check 2 boxes. 1. Nope. Going vertical. Thank you. That's right. I wanted to walk you guys through this. Go vertically up. Now, give 5 more boxes because I set an appointment. So check 5 more boxes. You're going vertically. Let me look.
That way?
Yep, that way. Now, guys, this is really important. In the box. Robin, I've gotten meaner since my health club days. You know, Robin and I used to work together 30 years ago in the health club business. Check the box.
I don't know, that's not possible,
Right
because
there.
I'm just really not that old.
And you still want to work
Let me
with
see your box. Did you check them?
That's
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. See where right now. So you're at 7. All right. Every day on your desk. And Otley, I'm going to look at your desk. It's not on there, is it? Motherfucker.
So, excuse me, but how'd you get to 7? What is it all about?
Because I make 2 calls.
Okay.
1, 2, and then I set an appointment, and appointment's worth 5.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Only because I
So
haven't
now-
cleared my desk for anything.
Now go to this. Go to the next page. This page right here. This page right here, and see these point system right here. Okay, right here. 5 points per appointment. 5 points for buyer showings. 5 points for a converted sign call. 5 points for an open house. 5 points for 20 door knocks. Does everybody see where I'm going at? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Every day, this needs to be on your desk because this is the only thing we do, guys, is lead generate. It's the only thing we do. I wish it was different. I wish every day you had a beautiful male model in front of you that you get to take photos of or something, right? Or every day I wish that you would have to hit this far of a putt for $1 million, right? Or that, did you see Kawhi Leonard's jump shot to win the 76ers game?
Yep.
Oh my God, would I love to beat him for just 30 seconds and get a chance to do that? Okay, that's not us. This is us. And if you didn't sign up for this, I gotta tell you, life's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna make about $50,000 a year, maybe 60, unless your dad is a builder, unless your wife is an incredible designer, unless your significant other's a doctor and they're feeding you deals, and that's all right. That's an SOI. That's a whole nother video, all right? But unless you're getting to, I'm gonna go with 30. Unless you're getting up to 30 on these checks, you're gonna be stuck at 50 grand. Just the way it is. And it's okay. Some people are really happy with that. I prefer to make $1 million a year. So I'm all over lead generation. I got any idle time, I'm on the phone. All right, or I'm at a listening appointment. So now, lead generate, lead follow-up, negotiate, and present. Lead generate, lead follow-up, negotiate, and present. Scott?
Yep.
What is it? What is it?
Lead generate, follow up, and convert.
Negotiate,
Negotiate.
and present. Conversion will happen if you do all 4 of those things properly. But you can't convert. It has to happen in that order. You can't. Who doesn't want to convert?
For sale by owner doesn't, right?
Yeah, but I want to convert all day. but I can't convert unless I
Generate,
Then-
present.
then
Negotiate.
then
Present.
present. I would love to present and negotiate and present all day long. That's my favorite part. Who doesn't like that?
That's my favorite.
Yeah, it's a blast. But you can't get there unless you do the other two, which nobody's willing to do, or very few of you are willing to do. And that's what you gotta do.
So Del, I have a question that, maybe more of a comment. So, listening to Del speak, all of us in this room, we've heard this message numerous times, and that's one of the reasons why it comes. I think the more you hear it, the more ingrained it gets. We have 200 people in this company, and I think it's up to us if we want to see the people in our company and a level of competence upgraded within our company. I think it's up to us to encourage people to be here and listen to this, because we've all heard it before. It certainly, we come back. There's a reason we come back, because it's valuable. I would say that, when I look around, and kudos to you guys, I haven't met you guys, I want to say hello to you guys, but I think it's important. And the reason I say that is because now that I've got some newer people around me,
Yeah.
I'm in that corner, I hear a lot of people. It is amazing, you guys, hearing Sam, hearing Otley, hearing Katie, some of the dialogue. And not that you're overhearing, that you're, stalking anybody, but it's amazing to me how much I pick up off of hearing other people's dialogue, and that doesn't happen when you're sitting at home or not attending stuff like this. I wonder if we didn't, because I know back in the day we used to say, guys, this is more for the experienced agent, but I think some of this could really make a lot of impact with some of our less experienced agents. And
Well, that's why we're hoping to label them now. What time do you got, Keith? Okay. So thank you guys for coming. Hope this video works.